anyway, so then it became this, and then be able to make it not what a gym allows me to do. It's like, what do we want to do?
Wow.
And so that allowed us to, come up with our own fitness routines and things related to bag work and martial arts and kickboxing. So what is a class? To answer that question part, which is it's a lot of American boxing mixed with some Muay Thai, but then because I've been doing stuff for so long, and I always try and expose myself to other things, like Shotokan, I have a green belt in that.
This is a family show, don't expose yourself too much.
Yeah, I was about to do an exposed joke, but you beat me. Thank you. I thought it was too many jokes. Too many jokes.
He pays attention, by the way.
Good, thank you. Nice, it jumps right in.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Martial
And
arts
actually,
guys.
we're very the yin yang. Like I'm always the jokester, and she's
I
always
think
the.
so. Okay, now we know.
Nice, that works, right?
I like it.
So,
No wonder we don't work.
We
so
just
always
yin
in
yang.
the-
We just yin yang.
All those different styles, and then trying out things over the years, and just always say what works. You can, when you do a class like this, which is, you guys, I assume, do much more kind of focused, regimented type of workouts. You might, you don't. Okay, well, it's good. You've evolved too. So
Yeah.
then maybe you can relate to the part where
Sure.
you try something.
Everything you're saying sounds great to me.
Right.
So you try something and you see it doesn't work or doesn't resonate or just it was a mistake, and then you either modify it or throw it out, and eventually start finding things that people like.
Yeah.
And so over the time you find out, people, for example, when I first started doing this, there's a lot of jump rope. And then when somebody called it the jump rope class, I realized it's too much jump rope. And so now we do barely any, and other things that are still a good workout that people enjoy.
Right.
And so I guess one bit to tie this in to my other job, so we talked a little bit about it. So I've been also working in video games for almost 30 years.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and so I think of this place as experience of playing a game. So when you see the cover of the box and you pick up the controller and you do the first thing, and then you have these moments. And so when you walk in, you're a friendly environment. It's exciting, the things you see.
Right.
You have a friendly staff. You do a few moves. First spinning back fist on the heavy bag. Boom. So cool. It's like when you learn a special move in a fighting game, right? And you pull it off, and then they
then
get a
you
good
grind.
workout. Yeah, but we keep it positive and fun. There's
Okay.
definitely a grind,
Right.
but it's just fun. And then when you finish, you're like, it's like finishing a video game, right? As you're
Right.
done. And so mixing that in, as well as like the creativity of trying to find things that, you know what? I bet you they'll love this.
Yeah.
Right. So they're integrated. They're very much
Oh, yeah,
integrated.
definitely.
Yeah.
Enough challenge where you can beat boredom, but not so difficult where they just rage quit.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
To interject, I think the other thing that's really important is the positivity in this place.
Right.
I'd say at the beginning, I got a lot of folks calling me, is it safe for women to come here? Can I come in? I've never done this before. Is it safe? The whole concept of boxing and kickboxing, a lot of women really want to do.
Yes.
But unfortunately, some of the other places present a really scary environment, or
A
scary,
real manly spot. Yeah.
a bit overwhelming.
Yeah. It's intimidating.
It
too.
is intimidating, and that's exactly the opposite of this place.
Yes.
That's great.
So the nice thing is we do teach form, but we don't focus so much on it that it frustrates that person. You stay long enough with us, you start realizing after a while, I thought I was doing that correctly, but no, I actually need to adjust a little bit more. And over time, you do learn the form, also
Right.
important because you don't want to get hurt, but you don't have to learn the form on day one. And I think a lot of people like that patience with yourself. Everybody that comes in here wants to lose weight or have some kind of fitness goal, or wants to do something fun to have that, to really work out and just, get some of that frustrations of the day out. And especially
Everything on their own time.
yeah, and so we have folks with different types of goals that we are able to fulfill that. The thing is, the really important thing is when they come in here, it's kind of like a Cheers bar. I don't want to date myself, but you come in and we literally do know everyone's names if they come on a regular basis.
That's
or we
awesome.
try to get to know everyone and also to serve their needs. So they come in and they say, you know what, I can't really do this, but I can do this. We're like, yeah, that's fine. You don't have to do everything we do. I think Eric says in his class all the time, you do you first, and then if you want to try a little bit more, so he gives options. You don't have to do this kick, you can do a punch instead. And that gives people the freedom and the challenge. So if some people really want to go hardcore, they can. But if some people are like, you know what, I'm not even sure I want to buy gloves yet. And I'll say, yeah, okay. You don't have to do that. Just go easy, or don't even hit the bags.
Right.
Do it in the
Or
air.
we should have them headbutt for the whole class on the bag.
That's the Shaolin class.
So,
that's
it's
Fraser.
amazing at what you guys are saying, because our classes are almost structured the same way, in that we give you the basics, and that's usually about 2 or 3 months in. But after that, we tell you, because you have your own body type, you have your own mentality, you have your own way of hearing what I'm saying, that you have to adjust it to whatever your body will allow you to do. I mean, how many times have we all, especially you, Eric, you've been to the old classes where everybody looks the same, because those are the only people who could do the damn moves.
The body type.
Right? That body type is that, but I mean, I have a gut and I was small and da-da-da. I couldn't do half the stuff that they're telling me to do.
Right.
But if you didn't do it, then you got discouraged and you left school.
Yeah.
You said, okay, I can't be here.
Yep.
And so it almost seemed like they were selective, even though they didn't say that they were.
point. Yep.
So when we say, it's because of your body type, do what you can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we find that then the student, all that nerves and that stress is gone. And then they will do it. And then as they move along, you start to see them flourish. You're
Yep.
like, wow, look at you now.
Yep.
I mean, this kid, when he first came in,
Caveman.
Now you're a
But-
caveman jokester.
That's true.
yeah, we take
that
away
funny
all
back
that fluff, and we just say, no, do what your body will allow
Yeah.
you to do, because that's how you're going to fight in the streets.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I try to teach you something.
That is our focus, but I love the approach that you've taken, because you even mentioned in one of our Zoom meetings how you wanted to open it and actually give people a chance to just be here for a month time,
Yep.
a few weeks.
I can add the details on that later. But yes,
Right, and we'll add it
the answer
too.
is
But
yes.
but you said something, and you just brought it up too, is that some people just need a place to de-stress.
Yeah.
And any form of exercise, and why exercising is such a good thing, is because it rejuvenates your brain. Your frontal lobe gets to relax. You get endorphins and all these things jumping in, and it revitalizes. It de-stresses your brain. It literally makes it work better, just because it's not so compacted with all these ideas and nerves and all the stress that just boils down, and that is a wonderful thing. And it seems like you've catered your entire energy to that, and I love that idea.
Great.
I think you're preaching to the choir.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, I mean it's great. I mean, I guess knowing the little bit I do, it makes sense that would also be your approach, and because it's basically 2 words. You say it's okay. And it's from there they can stay, they can flourish, all that stuff, right? And
It's
so
up to them.
They can open a business just so they can keep taking your class.
that's the other,
That's the extreme.
yeah, exactly,
That's the
Yeah,
extreme.
we can't
Yeah,
let them
by the way,
sit down.
that does sound a little crazy there. when you put it that way.
I guess not so yin
Also,
or yang.
She said it. That's what I was thinking. I was like, wait, she started an entire business so she
Just so
keep
she can
taking
get a
this
workout.
class.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't think about it like that, but I guess
Yeah.
so.
Dude, you must be really good at what you do.
Something, right? So I can add to this though too. So it also, and again, because I already spoke for a while just to get up to this part, but related to how this place is built, was that I also looked at all the kind of, I don't want to say competitive, because we're all brothers, right? Yeah. But other gyms of this type, other kickboxing, boxing gyms in the area that I'd taken over the years, and I'm like, what is not good for the person's experience and their growth, and what is, right? And so starting with a lot of gyms, they have small amount of bags, people have 2 or 3 people to a bag. It's not a good experience.
No.
Yeah, but instructors are like, hey, yeah, look at me. No, I don't hire anybody like that. Like they're very selfless. They're about the people, they're about the students. They're super friendly.
Very
Like I have the best staff. They're super nice people. And so then you don't feel like these people are like belittled automatically, right? And then we specifically didn't have sparring in the beginning, because what happens is, in a lot of places, you get alpha males, you get mean girls, you get pecking order, right?
Oh, yes.
And so, because we didn't have any initially on purpose,
Cobra Kai, yeah.
yeah. So what would happen would be you would get these people come in, like Tammy said, they're kind of timid, and okay, I can hit the bag, and maybe somebody holds kick paddles for me, whatever, but it's fun, and nobody's beating me up, and I don't feel scared. It's good, right? People who are like want to be the top dog, they come in, they're killing the bag, and everyone's like, cool. and they don't feel like, why aren't people afraid of me? Why aren't people like kind of speaking like hushed tones about me, right? Because they know they don't have to spar you. Go do your thing.
You do you.
You do you, buddy. You look great, by the way.
But what happens, right? And that type of workout's great, but if you have the intention,
Right.
those people go away.
Yeah.
Every single one, all go away.
Because they want that allocate. They want somebody to be afraid.
who's-
They want, yeah.
Yeah, and who stays? All the
I
cool
get it.
people, which goes to the point Tammy's saying, where we have, my wife and all these other people, all related people, all have Zoom calls and go to each other's weddings, and like they're all friends because we didn't have sparring to start out with.
Right.
Now, it's not like I couldn't have tried to find a way to manage that,
Right.
but it's more work.
It is.
And so then
Managing
eventually,
egos.
but eventually we expanded. So we have one class a week with Kenny Wu, who's an awesome person, so he still fits that demographic, but also used to fight.
He's
and
super
so,
fit.
Yeah, he's everything.
Kenny is really
He's
fit.
badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I swear?
No, it's all right.
I always
We
fuck up.
swear
We're
all
on
the time.
camera.
So anyway,
He wants to emphasize.
No wonder he's been tiptoeing this whole time. He's just like, where can I drop it? Where can I drop it? Oh, there it is.
Here it is.
so because once he told me there's
It's all right,
no,
we don't give a shit.
Once he said there's no editing, I'm like, oh, this will be fun. So.
Haven't you watched our other shows? Everybody just curses the shit out of this show.
Anyway, so he has a class that has very traditional conditioning and workout with drills with partners and light sparring.
Okay.
We're going to
And-
get drumming on the mics.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Oh, see, these are things I need more experience with that. Sorry about that. I'm practicing
he's
my.
used to when he's talking. Okay, so you hit the
I'm
bag
practicing
like
my-
this, and you throw a knee,
Yeah.
then a kick.
I'm just,
So,
He's used to hitting something when he's talking.
so I'm
because
very
in the
busy.
edit, it
Yeah.
drives me crazy, but I hear, where's that noise coming from?
I'm so sorry.
And I realize,
Well, so I'm very busy, and so I'm actually practicing my 5-finger iron strike while we're talking. So
have you been watching the new show, Kung Fu, yet? Have you seen it yet?
it's already out.
It's actually interesting.
it?
Please be
It's
good.
actually
Tell me
Wait,
it's good.
dude.
Okay.
Did it legitimately come out, or did you just get it?
It's up.
Okay, just asking.
It's on
I have to
WC,
ask.
it's on CW.
Okay,
It's
okay.
actually, I was actually surprised.
I will watch it. Warrior's also good, by the way.
Warriors is awesome.
Yeah,
That's my show.
Yeah. So
I'm
somebody
actually
please
going to have
see
one
him
of the
watch
actors come on the show.
Oh wow.
The gay funny guy.
Oh,
I forget his name.
okay.
Well, sorry, Chen.
Yeah. Yes. I get the. Yeah.
That's how we introduce him.
He's getting.
That's how you introduced me too. So
He
weird.
didn't say funny though.
But he was the best character. I loved his character. He was so happy-go-lucky.
Yes.
You know,
That's great.
But he's going to come on.
How
We've
cool is
we've
that?
been talking, but he's been so busy, and then also COVID kind of keeps him away
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a bit. So
Sure.
Once
Can't
we get there,
that to LA.
Yeah.
So I'll get to the bit. So without doing this, is that so Kenny has his class, and it's a lot of people that are already members here, so they just transition. So it's like
Okay.
you're sparring your friends. You're not like
that's cool.
some guy from the street, right?
Right.
And that's a separate pay class too, which also kind of keeps people from just kind of like crashing it because you have to sign up for 8 weeks and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and,
No,
and we,
that's good.
we do
It's-
we
it's
do
a-
kind of talk to them first.
it's a vetting
and
period.
if they get out of hand, and Kenny's there, so it's like Kenny's gonna
He
say
knocks
no,
them on the
you spar me now.
Yeah.
But we don't have any of that. Then we have women's self-defense, which we've had for several years now. Geez, 4 or 5 years probably.
Nice.
And so that is kind of a culmination of all of my learnings and research and my experience with techniques that I know. And it's basically a lot of jiu-jitsu because when you're on your back, like you don't want to be down there, but if you're there, everything from up kicks to doing the guard to all these things, but then emphasize ongoing training, which is one of the big problems with self-defense classes. People say, "Oh, take this class for 3 hours."
Yeah,
and
you're gonna punch this bag
Yeah.
for 2.5 hours.
yeah, and you can't
somehow
do that
that's
in
gonna
a
be-
one-day
Right.
seminar.
Yeah, and
It's impossible.
Yeah, and to be honest, initially, many years ago,
Yeah.
I thought, oh, I could teach these things and they might work. But oh no, you have to train it a lot, and it has to also be practical.
You know, and that's one of the things
yeah.
that we
Smart
because
man.
we do a rape prevention class.
Right.
And we say and we start the class with none of the things you're going to learn today works. And then go, let me repeat that. None of these things you can do today works unless. And then I say
practice.
practice.
Which comes to, well, this Saturday and following Saturday, we're going to have a couple more seminars. And that's exactly what we talk about in terms of self-defense and personal safety. Eric and Kenny. Kenny's coming this Saturday, and then Eric's doing the
Ooh,
following
maybe I
Saturday.
can spar with Kenny.
Good luck.
Just jump in and attack them.
Yeah. Kenny will talk about it this week. So, again, it is a seminar to talk about what you can do if you don't if you're not training.
Right.
But then we also offer, hey, if you want to train, that's when we talk about the 30 days, which we offer for free to anyone who comes to the seminars.
That's awesome. I think anybody who's, I've come to find out a lot of martial artists are very genuinely generous.
The ones we know.
The ones we know, yeah. We've been to some of the Cobra Kai
ones we
places. But the ones that we've been having on our show, I mean, if you listen to their stories, you can see right away. I mean, you have the Harry Green, you have Bob Gomez, Ron Esteller. These people are so giving of their time, and they're like, whatever you need, even though if I can't do it here at the house, we'll find a place to do blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah,
the community is just rich with fun, cool people.
Yeah, it's
Well,
great.
we should just take a page from their book, because that's what they're doing here. They're building this great community of people that aren't a-holes.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we try. I think it's also folks understanding and learning too.
Yeah.
They may come in and not know what to expect, but folks that kind of stay and gravitate, I say they learn a lot about who they are in a very short time. The more time you spend in a place, right? If you make this a weekly, or people come, we have people come every day. We have people come 3 times a week. We have people come, we literally see people.
Bennett.
Yeah.
Calling up Bennett.
Bennett. That comes every day, and we always wonder, it becomes a part of your regular, it's like if I saw you at the Starbucks, I'm like, hey, how you doing? I think that also helps us be, like you said, community of people. So that, like, when this pandemic happened, we couldn't see each other, so we Zoomed. We see a lot of our friends on Zoom, and we still connect.
How did you guys do with Zoom, by the way, in your classes? Did that help or hinder?
Transition,
Oh, it
Is
helped.
that tough?
Yeah, we're still
we're still doing it. So you can't say there's any silver linings from this nightmare that we've had to deal with, but it did force us to expand both our reach to people that want to take our class, and also just kind of another business avenue that we should probably be a part of anyway. Because I have, for example, one of my super hardcore, wonderful students, Kelly Clay. She used to come here all the time, moved to Colorado, and now she's a Zoom member and takes lots of the classes. And so it's nice to have that option.
That's awesome.
We used to do them mostly from our living rooms, and then more and more we're doing them from class. And so basically, we face the camera while we teach, and they're back there, and make sure the people back behind us are doing okay too. But yeah, it was a challenge.
Yeah.
Tammy's worked out all the technical stuff again, right? It's like
you didn't even have to say that.
Superstar.
Even by
I
now,
knew.
everybody
knows.
watching, we're like,
Everybody
she
knows.
did it.
I kick the bags and tell the jokes.
There you
That's
go.
right.
That's it.
I like it.
That's it.
Yes, I'm
Good
the-
night.
I like your character.
He's the pretty face.
That's right.
definitely, and I'm the geek, I guess, in this scenario.
No, you're the boss.
I'm
You're the boss.
I'm the girl behind the computer.
You took charge, and you're like, nope, I'm making this happen.
Because I need a workout. I like it.
I think that was the hardest part. And by the way, I wasn't the only one. So that's why I said it sounds like I was the only one, but there was a crew of people that were like, yeah, please do this, because
cool.
we had
She
a
had
lot
support.
of, definitely. And it's not my support, it's Eric's support, because I think a lot of people don't realize when you have something really important like it's really hard to find a class that you like.
Right. Oh no.
Right?
Dude,
You
I
mentioned
tell
it
you.
yourself. Like,
Yeah.
I can
I've
take
been through many.
and I started, and I don't date myself, but let's just say I've done Taibo, and we sat there going, I don't think we're doing this right, and we're just watching the video, and the guy's just yelling at us. We're like, we're doing something wrong. And then fast forward a couple years later, and I'm doing it in a live class, and he makes it bearable, because you're dying. First class, I'm like, I can barely do 45 minutes. He has an hour class. He had a 90 minutes class, and I was like barely keeping up at 45. I joked, I said after my first class, I was like, I'm gonna get to that 1 hour. And it's because he didn't like
Push you.
He didn't macho it. He literally said, you can do it. Like, I think that for those of us that are struggling, you need to hear that positivity. You want to know that you're not just reaching for nothing.
And it sounds like you're being nurtured all along the way, that you're not just being left in the dirt.
Nope.
Well, since you can do it, you'll fall out, you'll be gone anyway, so I don't care.
Well,
And we've all seen that class.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We've seen that where they hope you leave.
The kind of carrying that he does is like slow. I still remember the first time we got gloves. Like, he started doing this thing where he would take out mitts. This is in a cardio kickboxing class, and anyone in the front line with mitts, he would just start doing
walk
that.
over just catching.
Start catching. And the first time time he came up to us, we're like, no.
I'm afraid to punch.
We were afraid. Like he was like, come forward, and we're like, no. So
You might hit me back.
Well, I think for a lot of us, male or female, if you've never done combat,
Oh yeah,
even
being
at
this
a martial
close
art,
to somebody you don't
and
know.
also
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've talked to people, and this includes my daughter, who says, self-defense. You need self-defense, and she's like, I don't want to hurt anyone.
Yeah,
and
I hate when I hear that.
Yeah.
But I think that's the
That is the norm.
mental
Yeah.
training
No, that is.
a lot of us, not just girls, but just we live in a civilized society,
too.
right?
Yeah, see?
And
Took
please
years.
don't, So I think there's got to be a different way of saying how we take care of each other. You're not hurting them; you're protecting yourself. I
Self-protection
think.
is what we like to say instead of self-defense.
Yeah. Good. I like it.
Self-protection.
That's great.
That's wonderful. I mean, I think that's what we're looking for now. Is exactly what Eric's saying. Is that kind of dialogue, because we have a new generation of Asian Americans. My daughter's second generation now, and she has never not known the way things have been.
Safety.
Safe. So for her now, she's starting to realize, I need to learn how to protect myself, but I still don't want to hurt anyone.
Yeah,
So-
it's interesting you said, because I had a